Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
When it's all on the line, you turn to the strong, the stable, the unwavering, to those with a history of raising their performance to meet the moment. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle. Play hard. Bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by August 31st, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
Justin Timberlake.
I'm bringing sexy back.
The Forget Tomorrow World Tour. Live in Memphis. Justin Timberlake. FedEx Forum, Saturday, November 23rd. Get tickets now at livenation.com. The brand new single Selfish is available to stream and download now.
If I get jealous, I can't help it.
For more, hit up justintimberlake.com.
Live from the Built Ford Tough studio at FedEx Forum, it's the Gary Parrish Show, presented by Ortho South, on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Gary Parrish.
All right, I'm here. My name is Gary Parrish. I'm speaking to you from the Built Ford Tough studio, FedEx Forum, downtown Memphis. Bennett Doyle producing the program. Glad he's with me. Glad you're with me. Hope you're getting through the day best you can. And I hope you stayed up late last night and that you're ready to stay up late again tonight, because it's a fun little two-day stretch in the NBA. Klay Thompson made his return to Golden State last night. That's why I'm sleepy. Tonight, Grizz are in Los Angeles to play the Lakers. That's why I'll be sleepy tomorrow. We'll talk about it momentarily. First, though, quickly, let me set today's schedule for you. In the next segment, about 20 minutes from now, Chris Vernon is going to join me. He, of course, is the host of the Chris Vernon Show, weekdays noon, Grind City Media. He'll pop in here about 10:20. I'll talk all things Grizzlies and NBA with him. When we finish chopping it up with Vernon, we'll take a break, come back, do 5 more things you need to know, at which point we're going to discuss 5 previously undiscussed stories. Among them, rest in peace, 901 FC.
Damn, man.
Our USL franchise is moving to Santa Barbara. If you got to move, I mean, Santa Barbara's not a bad place to move.
I heard it's nice.
It's nice.
It's great there. Okay,
it's nice. I don't wish him to move, but like,
I don't either.
You know, I'd rather have him here, but
I see you got your jersey on.
But if some friends came to me and were like, GP, we're moving, I'd be like, where you going? They said Santa Barbara. I'd be like, that sounds amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So, conflicted. It appears to be directly related to the fact that here in Memphis, they had to play soccer on a baseball field. They said, we're tired of doing that. Tired of doing that. We'll spend some time on 901 FC. We'll do that in about 40 minutes. College football playoff rankings were updated last night in between the Champions Classic. I'll tell you where all the SEC schools are. We'll do that a little later on in the show. John Mulaney has disclosed that his wife, Olivia Munn, randomly drug tested him to keep him honest. My opinion on this might surprise you. We'll discuss that in the third segment. John Krasinski, another John, different John, but another one. He's been voted People Magazine's, I don't know if you're voted as much as you're named. He's been named People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive. I'll get Bennett's thoughts on that. We'll do that in the second hour. And former Duke star and NBA veteran Kyle Singler has sparked concern among loved ones with some disturbing videos he's posted online. Not great. We'll spend some time on that during a segment we call 5 More Things You Need to Know, and then we'll eventually do GP's carry out and we'll call it a day. So that's the rundown. We got a lot to get to. But I did want to start in the NBA, specifically out in San Francisco. That's where Klay Thompson returned to the Bay Area for the first time as a visitor last night in a game that was broadcast live on TNT. He arrived to the Chase Center. Klay Thompson did a couple of hours before tip-off, and roughly 400 Warriors employees greeted him in captain's hats. Be honest, Big Bet Bennett, did you know Klay Thompson was the captain before yesterday?
I thought it was Steph.
I thought it was Derek Jeter.
Oh, okay.
I was just like, they're making this big deal, like Captain Klay, and I don't think I'd ever really...
I don't think I realized that either.
I think that might have been contained in the Bay Area. I don't think the rest of us were...
aware of that.
Very clear.
I don't think the rest of us
were very clear that Klay Thompson was the captain of the Golden State Warriors and commonly referred to that way. But, buddy, it hit you right in the face yesterday. They had captain hats all over the arena.
Yep.
Roughly 400 employees greeted Klay when he walked in. He smiled. He showed appreciation. During the starting lineups, they played a tribute video. And then Klay Thompson got, I think this is fair to say, one of the biggest ovations a visitor has ever received inside a basketball arena, largely because he's quite literally one of the biggest reasons that franchise won 4 championships in the 13 years that he spent there after they selected him with the 11th pick in the 2011 NBA draft. Big Bet Bennett, I know you're not nearly as much of a sentimental type, as I am. Mm-hmm. We've established that much. But I assume you've seen the ovation Klay Thompson got last night. If so, did it make your heart flutter?
It did not.
Did your heart flutter?
It did not.
You didn't flutter?
His didn't either, because he just sat there with like a blank stare on his face. I mean, he didn't. My wife was like, "You think he's gonna cry?" And I was like, "No." You asked me the same thing yesterday. You like, think he's gonna cry? No, he didn't.
I started to tweet this last night, but then I decided, I didn't want to be one of those weirdos that, watches the whole world feel good about something and then just hop online and shit on it.
Yeah, I get that.
Like, I hate those people, right?
I agree.
So I didn't want to come across like one of those people, but between us, just you and I, I thought the tribute video sucked.
I thought it kind of sucked too. I thought it was lame. It had some of his biggest moments, sure, but it was whatever.
Zebo's
was better.
Longer, better, narrated by Ice Cube?
Yeah, dude. A subpar tribute video. It just was.
I'm not trying to make nobody feel bad. I'm just saying the people who work in this building and do tribute videos are way better than the people who work in that video.
I think that's true.
Department.
I think that's true.
And
we do
videos.
Better tribute videos.
We do better
just
tribute
do.
videos.
I think Tyus Jones got a better tribute video than Klay Thompson did.
Chandler Parsons will one day get a better tribute video from the Grizzlies.
We ain't giving him a tribute to anything.
Chandler Parsons.
Nah, dude.
Might get a better tribute video from the Grizzlies someday than Klay Thompson got from the Warriors. I just thought it was
doubtful.
I waited for that moment all day. I'm a weird, I know we were joking around, but I do love stuff like that.
Yeah.
I look forward to that. Like, I'm in the middle of the Champions Classic, but, keeping my eye on TNT so that I can switch the volume over to that channel when it's time to experience all of this. Mm-hmm. I love stuff like this. Mm-hmm. And I was let down by it.
I think I was let down too. I think Klay was let down. This was him the entire video.
The crowd was amazing. The ovation was incredible.
Oh yeah, they love that guy.
The tribute video was lame.
Yeah. I think I'm with you.
They announced before the game that Steph would not speak, that Steve Kerr would not speak, that Draymond would not speak. Also, missed opportunity. They said, "Oh, you got to stay focused on this." Stop it. It's an NBA regular season game. You don't have to stay focused on the game.
Right.
This ain't Game 7 in the NBA Finals. Steph could have put a microphone in his hand and said something nice about Klay Thompson. I just thought it was, I was let down by it. I hope Klay didn't feel the same way, but I was personally let down on behalf of Klay Thompson.
I think I was personally let down as well.
I was expecting to see the most amazing tribute video I've ever seen. And when it was over, I was like, that's it? That's all you got? Where's Ice Cube? Zebo got Ice Cube.
Zebo got Ice Cube.
As for the game, it was awesome. It had everything.
Yep.
Klay made big shots, did the Steph shimmy, finished with 22 points. He made 6 3-pointers. But fittingly, Steph was once again the star, the forever face of the franchise. He took 27 shots. He made 14 of them, finished with 37 points, 9 assists, 6 rebounds. Ultimately, it was a 120-117 victory over the Dallas Mavericks. Steph scored the final 12 points for the Warriors. Like, if you were watching it, Golden State was down 7 with 3:52 remaining. Then DeAnthony Melton, you remember him?
I do.
Love DeAnthony Melton.
I love DeAnthony Melton, too.
He buries a 26-footer, cuts that lead to 112-108. So the 7-point lead goes down to 4, and then Steph just took over. 36-year-old father of 4. Outscored the entire Dallas team 12-5 the rest of the way. Wins the game 120-117 to improve to 9-2 on the season. He used a ball screen to hit the biggest of the shots. Got Derek Lively switched on him. You've probably seen the highlight by now, but if not, let's watch it together because it was an all-time great being great. Watch this.
Clear out. Doncic will defend Curry. A screen by Green. The switch to Lively. 3. Curry. Oh!
Night-night. Night-night. Klay ain't the only one who wanted that last night. Klay ain't the only one that wanted that last night. It meant something to Steph, too, and he talked about it afterwards. Like, it's a big moment. And, you know, these are, friends and forever teammates, but at their core competitors. And, it was a big night for Klay. But, Steph Curry's got some pride about him, too. He didn't want Klay Thompson coming in there and winning his first game as a visitor against the Golden State Warriors. And, I tweeted that video last night, and the people I talk about who, the whole world's just enjoying something, and then people have to Debbie Downer it. I just don't understand those. If you were
I know
people sitting around on the internet just waiting to shit on something, or sitting around in a YouTube chat, just shitting on things. I cannot grasp how miserable your life must be to have that perspective on everything, to just see the bad in every single thing that happens. So I tweeted that video last night. Amazing moment. Just an amazing sports moment. And multiple people, the reply. Think about you watch that. You watch that video and you could say anything you want to say about it. Multiple people. Looks like terrible defense to me. I can't imagine.
Oh, God.
First off, Derek Lively did the best he could do.
Yeah, I mean.
That's all he could do.
You can't do nothing with that guy.
Nobody's guarding that.
Yeah, you can't do nothing with that guy.
Nobody could do anything with that.
He's been doing this forever.
Put Jaren out there.
Right.
Put Victor Wembanyama out there. He's doing that to all of them.
Yep.
All right? But I thought it was hilarious that people would watch that. You're sitting at home, just like I'm sitting at home. You see that happen. This all-time great hit an amazing shot to secure a victory on a massive night for that franchise and for the NBA in general. And the thing you feel like you need to type into your phone looks like bad defense to me. People are interesting, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. I did think last night, just both of those games back to back, maybe there's something to this NBA Cup, dude. Because the games were super competitive. Both of them were.
Yeah, but not because they were NBA Cup games. They both had special circumstances attached to them.
Okay, well, you had Joel Embiid's return.
Debut,
yes.
And Klay's return to Golden State.
I get that they both had special circumstances, but it just, I don't know, man.
I don't think
Steph screaming at the camera, all that stuff.
That had everything to do with Klay and nothing to do with the NBA Cup.
I think that there's going to be a higher level of competition. I'm worried about tonight, is what I should say.
You're worried that the Lakers are going to be fired up for the NBA Cup?
Anthony Davis said, "I'm not sitting this one out." He knows what it means.
He told the LA Times, "I'm gonna be there."
Yeah,
you ain't gonna get to play. Grizzlies ain't gonna get to play the Lakers without me this time.
I'm just saying the competition it goes up during the NBA Cup. I'm just telling you.
I'm not here to argue with you,
bro.
Ben, I'm not here to argue with you.
I think there might be something to this NBA Cup.
I don't want to argue about the NBA Cup today. If you say it means something, I'm gonna say it means something. In all seriousness, you can think back and it did seem like it felt like it meant something last year. Like we did all get. I can remember we're like all of a sudden talking about Tyrese Halliburton, and I remember making the point if Tyrese Halliburton had done this just in game 11, 12, and 13 of a normal season, we wouldn't even know it happened. Mm-hmm. We wouldn't even be aware of it. But because it was the in-season tournament, we were more aware of things, and the courts look different.
Yeah.
And it, to your point, it is bigger. I don't think, as long as I'm being honest, that was the root of the emotion we saw last night in this Tuesday night doubleheader.
Yeah.
I think it was mostly Joel Embiid playing for the first time this season, followed by Klay Thompson coming back to Golden State for the first time. But whatever the reason, it was a good night for the NBA.
To Devin's point, Heat Pistons was a super competitive game too. Like I'm telling you, I think there might be something to this NBA Cup.
I'm not here to argue about the NBA Cup with you. If you
watch Grizz Lakers tonight.
It's going to be a war?
It's going to be contentious. It is going
you think
to
it's
be.
going to be a war?
Yes.
There's going to be a war at Crypto.com tonight.
We got to bring our lunch pails.
There's going to be a war at Crypto.com.
We got to bring our lunch pails tonight.
Hey, let's turn the page and let's focus on that for a second. Your Memphis Grizzlies are going to play Game 12 of a scheduled 82 tonight. It's going to be at Crypto.com Arena. Bennett says it's going to be a war. Grizz Lakers on ESPN. Tip scheduled 9 p.m. Lakers it's a late one. It's going to be a late one.
It's okay.
I'm already tired. I went to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning. Look at me.
No, I can't. Yeah.
This is the least amount of time I've slept in a long time.
Really?
I was up working late, man.
You look lively.
I feel okay.
Yeah, you look awake.
I feel okay, but
I'm tired. I'm on my second coffee.
I know enough about me to know that at this age, I can get through one late night. I can stay up till 3 and get up at 6:45, and I can get through that day. But then you try to do it 2 days in a row. Mm-hmm. That's where that's where you start to learn some stuff about yourself. Mm-hmm. Can I do it 2 days in a row? I'm not sure. We'll see. Lakers listed 7.5-point favorites, in part because the Grizz will once again be without at least 2 starters and at least 3 rotation players, but it could be 3 starters and as many as 6 rotation players. Injury report's always interesting. Mm-hmm. We'll see. But the good news is that, can I hit you with some good news?
Hit me with it.
Marcus Smart has been upgraded from doubtful to questionable.
Yeah.
So he is expected to play tonight.
And for what it's worth, I believe one of his best games last season was against the Lakers.
For whatever that's worth.
Yeah.
Vince Williams has been upgraded from out to doubtful. So, yeah, John Morant, Desmond Bane, Gigi Jackson, Cam Spencer, all still out. That stinks. But Marcus Smart should be back tonight. Vince Williams should be back either tonight or, based on the way these things usually go, Friday against Golden State. So it's still not great, but things do seem to be moving in the right direction as the Grizzlies take a 3-game winning streak into tonight's showdown with LeBron James and Anthony Davis and the Los Angeles Lakers. How late we got to stay up tonight? 9 o'clock tip? Can you go till midnight?
Well, I might, if it gets ugly, I might have to just call it quits.
Hey, I subscribe to that.
Yeah, if we're down 20 at any point in the game, I might say,
we ain't out here trying to win awards for staying up late.
Yeah, if we're down 20 in the second half, I might have to say, okay.
I co-sign that. Yeah. Like I am never impressed by somebody who's like, I stayed up and I watched every second. You watched every second of a 35-point game?
I mean, I typically do.
Till midnight?
Well, now on the flip side, if we're up 20, I will watch the entire thing.
Because that's fun.
Yes, because that's fun. But if they're like beating us pretty bad, I might
commit temporary suicide.
Yeah, I might have to.
Yeah, you go down 25, that's when I commit temporary suicide. Not permanent suicide.
Right.
Not trying to end my life. Temporary suicide. Just trying to end my day.
Yeah,
I get it. Sometimes you got to end the day. So, absolutely. Grizz go up by 30. Yuki coming into the game. Buddy, I'm wide awake.
I'm in, yeah.
I'm over there popping energy drinks. Yeah. Right? I put my eyes open like Clockwork Orange. I want to see every bit of that. Mm-hmm. Go down by 30, temporary suicide, buddy. I'll put my head on the pillow.
Yeah.
I'll sew my eyes shut, straight to sleep. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. It ain't up to me whether I stay up till midnight tonight. You know who it's up to? Scottie Pippen Jr.
Let's go, Scotty.
Hey, Scottie Pippen Jr., you want to
Let's go, Scotty.
Hey, I'll stay up with you. But you got to give me a reason. I ain't going to stay up with you for no reason. But if you give me a reason to stay up with you, I'll stay up with you. It's up to you, Scottie Pippen Jr. Yeah. I'm fired up. Should be a fun night, right?
I think it will be a fun night,
Chris Vernon is the host of the Chris Vernon Show, weekdays, Grind City Media. That's noon. He'll be in here next. Gary Parrish Show presented by Ortho South.
We have not talked to you since we got the big fella that's going to go next to you. What has impressed you about him, though? Just being on the same court with him, because you've watched him a lot in college. You got to see him. We got to see him very, very little in summer league.
Very quick twitch, like decision making. Yeah. No real fear of anything. Like very vocal, able to talk through the game. But I mean, like, do win Player of the Year twice. Like
I know.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
You know, we got to talk about Scottie Pippen Jr. Scottie has inked that contract, and he is now officially off the two-way. He is a member of the regular rotation.
Well-deserved, from my opinion. Like, he straight up earned this one from all the time put in last season with the injuries to Summer League.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizz Beat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item, whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing compares to catching your Grizzlies IRL. And that all starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight. Put that jersey collection to use for the next game and get Grizzlies tickets at Ticketmaster. Whether they're here at FedEx Forum or on the road, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring tickets. And there's no better brag than saying you saw it live.
Presented by Ortho South. We're inside the Built For Tough studio. And on Wednesdays, in the second segment, I'm joined by Chris Vernon, host of the Chris Vernon Show, weekdays noon, Grind City Media. Yo. He's here right now. Hey, I know you stayed up late last night. They don't just hand out these Ringer podcasts. You got to stay up late. You get one of them. Did your heart flutter when you saw Klay get his ovation last night? Did your heart flutter a little bit?
Not really, just because it seemed like everybody was like downplaying it except for like the fans.
Right.
The fans were all excited about it, and then the rest of them. And I just think it's still like so fresh that Klay's not ready for the kumbaya. Yeah, we had a lot of great times together. Because he was mad about it.
Yes, he was mad.
He's mad about it.
Like they broke up with him.
Yeah,
they broke up with him,
and so he's not thrilled about that. I heard you guys talk about the captain thing. It's not a basketball reference.
Oh, it's the boat thing.
Yeah, he's got a boat.
Okay, that's
and
right.
he used to always wear that to every time they won the championship.
Okay.
He used to wear it to the parade.
It felt to me like
lame.
Like everybody here would call, not everybody, but some people here would call Mike Conley like Captain Clutch.
Yeah, right.
And if you ever like went to Sacramento and be like, yeah, you know, we got Captain Clutch.
Yeah,
You'd be
right.
like, what are you talking about? Who is Captain Clutch?
The funniest was that, do you know, there's like that NBA Central that puts out all of those memes and everything. But there's that NBA Central.
Yeah,
right?
That is my favorite
and it
account.
tricks everybody all the time.
It's the best account.
So like, and I always have to double check. So on Friday night, it was like, Bronny James, G League debut, 45 points, 12 assists, 7 rebounds, whatever. And I was like, wait, what? And I had to like double check. Of course, he had like 4 and 2 and 1 or whatever it is. And so, anyways, they put out one yesterday. They called me. They're like, cool for the Golden State Warriors to be honoring Klay's last game, and they had like all these construction hats for bricklayers. I was like, come on, dude. Come on. I just don't think, I mean, it's like, again, I think a lot of it has to do with the other person. And so the person that is being honored, I almost feel the emotion of the person that's being honored, right? Like, wow, that really means a lot to them. That all of these fans love them so much. It almost brings a tear to their eye. And it just feels like he wasn't ready for that.
He can't, what I get, from my perspective, he can't say it. He can't bring himself to say how much it meant to him. But the video of him walking in the arena and all those people meeting him, he seemed to show emotion and appreciation there. And then they get out there and they did it right in the sense that I liked including it in the starting lineup and making it about him and changing your voice for the visiting player. I thought the tribute video was not good. I thought it was not. Like, maybe I'm just
short.
It was short. Like, it was over and I was like, what? That's it? I was disappointed on behalf of Klay Thompson. And maybe I'm just used to Grizzlies videos.
No, I'm with you on this.
We're great at this, and they were not great with that.
I'm with you on this. That was look, you mentioned the Zebo one.
Right.
Absolutely epic.
I went and watched it again last night just to make sure.
That was a Kyle Anderson one. Which is like a minute.
Yeah.
Right? Hey, thanks, Kyle.
That's what it felt like.
That was Tyus Jones. Like, that was,
we loved you. We loved you, man.
That felt like Tyus Jones. That was appropriate for Tyus Jones' video. Appreciate you backing up John Morant.
Thank you for being a great teammate. Thank you for being a great professional. We loved rooting for you here. Right? That's how it felt. And so it felt like they were trying to split the difference between this is a big deal, it's not that big of a deal, right? And I think a lot of that has to go into like how everybody feels. And I think probably Mike Dunleavy was probably told to F off 100,000 times. So, I mean, that's basketball ops. Joe Lacob's probably not exactly his favorite person, right? So, and then he's still buddies with, with Steph and Draymond, but there's probably still a little bit of a, it's a weirdness there. You see and those guys for sure want to beat him.
Well, also, like, like, Klay knows that if Steph would have fought for him, they could have got that done. Maybe.
I mean, in fairness,
if Steph Curry says you could not let my brother go, then they don't let him go.
I think there's also part of those guys that's sitting there going, bro, they gave you $200 million after you
didn't play for 900 days.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Mm-hmm. Like, let's stop talking about how horribly you were mistreated, because there's a lot of guys that get super injured and are not going to be the same person that they were, and they're not going to be the same person. And then he came back, and then, before that next season, tore his Achilles, and it's like, your check's always cash, man.
All of that is completely rational. But it doesn't account for hurt feelings.
I got you.
And I think he just had hurt feelings.
And all I did here, and you took care of the other guys. Yeah. But, I mean, in fairness.
Just on a very basic level, what it feels like is, I always thought we were just going to walk off into the Sunday together.
Draymond put out there, I don't know if you saw this, Draymond put out there, like, basically he let everybody know, I took less.
Yeah.
You know what he said? The Grizzlies.
I see it.
Yeah.
3 years, $105 million.
Right.
Do the quick math. That's $35 a year, right?
Right.
He took $100.
Right.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's less years and a lot more money.
But Klay seemed to get to a point where his feelings were so hurt.
That's right.
It was like, if somebody else wants me, I'll show you. It got to that point.
For sure.
It got to that. It was a very
and
basic,
so I just think that put a damper on it last night.
He's like your hurt feelings boyfriend or hurt feelings girlfriend. That's the underbelly of all of this.
Right.
And then of course the game starts and you get Klay makes some big shots. That was fine. Then Steph has the moment at the end. That's just
night is the best.
The best.
It just is.
He's
I heard Bill Simmons this morning. I got up early. I was listening to the podcast and he was defending it. He was like he was saying like, it makes me think of the France game, which is obviously this amazing moment in American basketball history. But I thought this was great. He was like, now I feel like it's like a wrestler's finishing move, right? So it's like you're waiting for the RKO by Randy Orton, or you're waiting for, one of the Superman punch by Roman Reigns or whatever. It is kind of like a wrestler bit.
The best. And like we have all these conversations. It's Michael Jordan, LeBron James. Like, that guy's going to be a part of that someday.
Oh yeah.
Like LeBron's amazing, Jordan's amazing. Who changed the game more than that guy?
No, it did. Well, I mean,
maybe Kevin Durant. Maybe.
Look, go into a kid's gym and tell me how much I mean,
the reason
ain't
people
no kid can mimic LeBron James.
No, but we could all do that, or at least think we could do that.
Try.
Caitlin Clark exists because of Steph Curry.
That's right. For sure.
Like, he changed a sport.
And look, you can't do that either, but you can trick yourself
try
into that.
it.
I'm for sure I'm never going to be 6'8", 280 pounds.
Right. You can go to the fair, pay $5 and throw shots up at a rim
right.
all day long, right?
That's right.
There's
nothing you can do to mimic the other.
I can't be Kevin Durant.
No.
The way KD changed the game is he made tall people think you could play like a little guy.
Well, and that changed everything.
The two people in basketball.
He's got a 7'5" guy taking 23s a game.
And
now.
that's the byproduct of Kevin Durant.
That's right.
For decades, if you were built like Kevin Durant, your coaches said, go stand down there.
Right.
Kevin Durant was like, I'll play out here. And then everybody's like, well, if he could do it, maybe I could do it. And it's more fun anyway. And now we got a whole world of 7-footers taking jump shots.
Which is now, I mean, it's funny you guys brought up Tyus Jones. I was thinking about this even last night. I know you were watching the college games. I mean, and I think this is going to become a topic. Bro, the little guy is gone. Like, and I'm talking under, like, 6'5". Like, where are you in the pecking order of this? Like it used to be.
Well, like Duke. They're just like 6'5".
Bro, the guy with the ball is always 6'7".
Yes.
Go look at Gavoni's top 100 prospects. They're all 6'5" and over. All of them. Like, I really wonder, like, how many of these guys are, if you're not, the point guards are going to be 6'6" now.
That's right. I had an Eastern Conference scout tell me 15 years ago, and he would say the same thing today if I asked him. He said, do not ever forget. This is one of those evaluation things I just keep in the back of my head. Do not ever forget, no matter whatever anybody tells you, no matter how much the game changes, the most important thing is athleticism and size.
Yeah.
Always.
And now, all those kids, now even the tallest of the tall, even the 7'5" guys, those guys are now dribbling and
That's right.
creating off the dribble in a way that, like, you were just always thrown down on the block.
Right.
Always.
I made this point a couple weeks ago about something different, but I think when we were growing up, like Ozzie Smith would make these plays, and you'd be like, "Oh my God!"
Yep.
Now every shortstop is Ozzie Smith.
Oh, you watch your friggin' mouth. What are you serious?
They can all do it.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
That is insane.
No.
Bro, he has the greatest defensive play ever, unless you want to say Willie Mays the catch. This dude is diving to his right and snatches up and catches a ball with his left hand barehanded.
Francisco Lindor can do it.
You're crazy. And he did that in a Padres uniform.
We go from,
How
there's
dare
one
you.
guy
How
who can do
dare
this
you.
to there's 30 guys who can do this.
There ain't no Ozzie Smiths,
There's
bro.
30
You need to
Ozzie
go watch
Smiths.
you need to watch a highlight reel.
There's
no.
35.
No, there's not.
There's 70 Ozzie Smiths
No,
in
there's
baseball
not.
right now.
Shit, Aaron Judge can't even catch a fly ball. Shut up. Are you serious?
I didn't say Aaron Judge is Ozzie Smith.
He's like the best player there is. He's like one of the top. What?
He's a giant outfielder. I'm talking about shortstop from the Dominican Republic.
Come on.
I'm talking about Dominicans.
I remember everybody tried to say that about Ray Ordonez.
He was great.
Ray Ordonez, like the new Ozzie
I swear to
Smith.
God,
No,
like,
they're not Ozzie Smith. This man has, 13 gold gloves? 13?
Yeah, because he was playing in an era with all the other shortstops were me and you.
Barry Larkin was in there.
Barry Larkin. Barry Larkin couldn't move like these other shortstops.
Come on, man. There's a lot of other shortstops.
I got in my
He was just the best one.
If you gave me 10 minutes at my house, I could dig into a box and find you, purchase from the Home Shopping Network, a Ray Ordonez autograph card.
I bet you have it.
I have a Ray
Worthless
Ordonez.
ass.
Hey, let's talk elsewhere in the NBA, then we'll get to the Grizzlies. I never seen what happened to Spo last night happen to a coach before. He calls it.
I mean, that's like, you get, I guess it's 15 years of being awesome will allow you to overlook that, but that was outrageous.
Just for people who didn't see it, the game is tied in the final seconds. He wants to call a timeout because he's mad. They gave up a lob at the buzzer, basically, 2 seconds left.
Well, and you know why he's mad? So if you go back, I was happened to be watching the end of that. I think it's Jovic. If you go back and watch it, They have 6 on the court. He takes off running. Jovic takes off running. Now it's a scramble to figure it out. Duran runs, rim runs, and there's a screen there. Obviously, that's supposed to be you're supposed to switch. And Terry Rozier's like,
right.
And so nothing happened. But everything was confusing from the minute the guy ran off the court.
Right.
Because now it's like, well, who am I supposed to guard? You could see them. They don't even know who they're supposed to line up with, and the communication's all off. So I think he's just so flustered and so pissed off by all that.
It was a frustration timeout.
That's right.
And he didn't have one.
Right.
And boom, technical fouls. I mean, it is the Chris Webber championship game.
Yes.
Except
it was against the Pistons,
right,
and the stakes are very low.
Yeah, it's November, right? Whatever. But it was interesting.
Jalen.
It was in the crowd. It was like that face will be a meme. But I watched Spo's press conference after. He just felt sick. He was just like, this is no.
I screwed up, but I mean, at least it's against the Pistons,
right? But you just feel stupid. That's
it's
just
a regular season game. Oh no, if he was a lesser coach.
Oh yeah, that would stick.
It would be this. This would be a example of why he's ill-equipped to be an NBA coach.
Yeah, if you're bad, then
That's
this is the evidence they submit to show that you're bad.
But I mean, you get some grace when you're one of the best.
Of course. Embiid made his debut last night.
Oh, yeah, he made it, what, 4 minutes?
He said he's going to try to play again tonight.
I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Again, I've covered a lot of these guys, and I fear that his plight is going to be the same as many. We're going through it with the Kawhi. In the end, your knees are shot, bro.
Right.
And so now it's a pain tolerance.
That's right.
It's going to swell up.
Right.
And you're going to ice them after every game.
You're never going to feel the way you want to feel.
It's never going to. They're never going to feel good again.
Right.
So now it's just a pain tolerance thing. How much can you play through? And because they're going to swell up. That's the way it goes. They're going to swell up. They can't take it.
How long before it's reasonable to start wondering? Because I think Stan Van Gundy made this point last night on the broadcast. I know that there are maintenance, load management to be healthy for the playoffs, but you got to get in the playoffs, and they're not winning games. Right. When does that become a real topic?
I mean,
they're about to be 2-9. I mean, they're playing at Cleveland tonight.
Yeah, but the East is horrible.
No, I saw somebody tweet.
Horrible,
nobody's above 500, or very few teams are above 500.
Look, I recorded yesterday morning. At the time of recording, the 11 seed, so outside of the play-in,
right,
in the West. Now, they lost last night, but it was Dallas. Dallas would be the 3 seed in the Eastern Conference yesterday morning.
Right now,
they would have been tied with Brooklyn for the 3 seed.
The 10 seed right now in the East is 4-7 Chicago.
Right. Yeah, so no, you don't have to worry yet.
Oh, they're here next week. The Sixers.
Yeah. Okay. So
yeah.
I mean, look, I already resent the hell out of Joel Embiid, bad. A friend of a friend calls me. Joe House, who I work with at The Ringer, he calls me. He has become friends with this guy that's big in the music industry, whatever. Joe House lives in Washington, D.C. So he calls me and he's like, hey, I've got these VIP tickets to the CMAs.
Mm-hmm.
You want them? Now, my wife's a huge country music fan.
Yeah.
I'm like, hell yeah, I want them. Right. Bro, it's the same night as that Sixers game.
Oh, no.
And I said, I'm already going to hate Joel Embiid. Now, if this son of a bitch doesn't play, I'm for sure going to be watching Andre Drummond all night going, I just can't. I didn't get to go.
Yeah.
It was just a weird thing to have. I was like, why do you have these? He's like, look, I played golf with this guy. The guy loves me. And he's got these extra tickets. I told him I know a guy that's close enough to Nashville that he could go. He said, offer him to you. And I was like, I can't. I got a home game that night. And I was like, and I already am mad at Joel Embiid preemptively. I'm already mad at him.
Can Elena go without you?
No. She ain't want to.
Don't let her have fun without you.
Damn. I'm going to throw on that Harrison Butker jersey.
Hey,
Where you think you're going?
Where do you get this big idea from? How about this? Unload the dishwasher, and we'll turn the CMAs on the TV. We'll put the CMAs on the TV.
I would never.
And you can handle this dishwasher.
I would never.
Hey, you ready to stay up again late tonight? We got a 9 o'clock tip.
Yeah, I don't mind it every once in a while. It's when it starts to, and thank God the other one's on Friday.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I like the Friday. The weekend ones are fun. And during the week, As long as I'm not catching a bunch of like 9:30s,
Right.
I'm okay. Like I can do this every once in a while. I just don't like. It used to be back in the day. You know, they changed the schedule a lot, but it would be like, sometimes 3 and 5 days or 4 and 5 days, and then they'd be on the West Coast, and so it'd be like every other night.
Right.
It was like Sacramento, LA, Portland, and it's like, damn,
That's
bro,
not my
like I can't
lifestyle.
do this.
No, I don't.
Especially after has daylight. I am still screwed up.
It's awful.
How old am I?
Yeah, it's just
no.
awful.
I'm still screwed up. I can't sleep late.
I can't sleep.
I can't sleep until I'm supposed to sleep.
I think I've adjusted to that
You
already.
have?
Yeah, but like
I can't.
I don't need the sun.
Oh, the 5 o'clock thing is driving me nuts.
I don't need it to be dark at 5 o'clock.
No.
And you know what else I don't need? I don't need to be sunny at 5 o'clock in the morning.
No.
Who needs that sun in the morning?
I'm still. I figured I'd be okay. I still have not adjusted to this at all.
It has terrible ramifications on like everything. Everything. Do you realize? It even like my wife owns a children's store.
Yeah.
When it gets
She ain't got no business after 5.
There is like studies that show when it is dark, people are less likely to go shopping.
Yep.
People like to shop in the daylight. When it gets darker early, people aren't getting off work and going shopping. They're getting off work and going home because it's dark. It's time to go to bed.
Harrison Bucker would tell her to open that store earlier. Don't you open that thing at 8?
That store's fine. That wasn't the point. The store's doing fine. The point was it does change behavior.
For sure.
It
It changes my behavior.
Yeah. I don't need to see the sun when I wake up in the morning. I want it to be dark outside.
Well, the other thing is I walk my dog usually at that time,
Right.
and now it's pitch black.
Yeah.
So I feel like I need one of those stupid reflector jackets or something. Like I feel like I'm always going to get hit by a car. I'm like, this sucks.
It's just, I don't know why. I really don't know why we do it. I'm sure somebody has a good explanation, but it won't be a good one for me.
I'm not a fan.
Just keep it. I want my daylight to last. I would be happy if it was daylight till like 9 o'clock at night.
Yep.
Would that just be better?
Yes.
Imagine like your normal 9 to 5. You get off work, go play golf at 9 o'clock. Like, why do we want it to be dark so early? It's up to us. We can make the time whatever we want.
We need to
We
change
can make
this,
the time whatever we want. Here's what I think.
I feel like this is something that if you tweeted Elon Musk could actually happen. Like it's the one time I can
I
say
do think
this
we can
in
make this
American
happen, yeah.
history.
All right.
You actually could tweet a guy that could make this decision somehow.
Hey, all right. Hey. Okay, fine. You can keep women's rights.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. But can you give us some more daylight?
Yeah. And I think it might get done.
Hey, before you
Good idea.
Before you start with all your little executive orders, maybe we could get some more daylight.
I mean, I don't think it's out of the question.
Well, hey, it changes.
Why have we done it this way forever?
The farmers.
I think it
That's
has
all
something to do
anybody
with
says,
farmers.
the farmers.
It has something to do with farming at one point.
Just stop.
Yeah, but like
The farmers don't even care anymore.
I'm with all due respect.
With all due respect.
With all due
Thank you
respect.
for everything.
We're still doing farm aid for you. All right, we don't have to make it.
Right.
We'll keep doing farm aid, but like you got to keep it light outside till 7:30. Is that a reasonable deal?
Yeah, I mean, I come from a family of farmers. I don't think they would fight you on that.
They don't care.
Yeah, I think that is being assessed to them, but they actually don't really care.
They don't care. No, we've moved on. Like farmers can figure out how to do whatever they need to do, no matter what time it is.
Look, I promise you, right now, you can tell me they are happy as hell. They couldn't be happier. All the farmers are happy right now.
Vince Williams going to play tonight?
I hope so. I mean, look, if I'm Vince Williams, you better. You know what I mean? I joked on the pregame on Friday night. I was like, they were like, and Vince Williams is practicing with the hustle today. I said, I bet he is. I mean, you look up.
Yeah,
we have had this happen. This is real. Where it's like, look, and he hasn't been a part of, like, he popped off last year, and that was a losing season, right? So, like, these guys like Vince and Gigi, Marcus Smart, he's established in the league. He gets paid $15 million. When he comes back, he's got minutes, right? Nothing is guaranteed when you're in that position. And we have seen it happen. In fact, Vince was the benefactor of it. Gigi was the benefactor of it. Yesterday, we talked about this a lot with Tony. Tony was once the benefactor of it. DeAnthony Melton was the benefactor of it. And it's like, you're looking up and you're going, you can't not play Jalen Wells right now.
Right.
You going to do better than that? You going to do better than this, like, 14 to 16 he's getting me with high clips and guarding the other team? I mean, and then Laravia's taking the bull by the horns. I mean, he has been given the opportunity, and he has performed at a high level. And so injuries dictate a lot of what takes place in terms of lineups, and I hope that Vince Williams comes back. But now you have a bunch of guys that have earned their ability to play minutes for you, and so Devin laid it out yesterday, and it was like, hey, let's just say they're all healthy, okay? So you got your starting lineup, and it's now it's Brandon. So it's Brandon, Jaren, Smart, and then you've got Bane and Ja, right? And he was like, who's the next 5 off the bench? I mean, Edie, for 100%, right? They're playing him as like a 6-man right now. Kennard's playing. I mean, he's for sure playing. He's one of the double-digit millions contracts, right? Santi Aldama's
got to play.
100% playing. Okay, so
Can't bench Jalen.
No, Scottie Pippen. He's 100% playing.
There's 5.
Okay. No, that's 4. That's 4.
Well, Jalen's off the bench, right?
Okay, Jalen.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right, there you go. So that's 10.
Right.
You did not include Vince Williams. You did not include G.G. Jackson. You did not include Jake LaRavia. You did not include John Conchar. And you did not include Jay Huff.
You know where?
That's crazy.
You know
it's
where,
crazy.
But you know where that gets? Where you don't want this many injuries, but you kind of do want 2 or 3.
It's crazy, though. Look at that.
And
I just named 15.
Because if you have,
those last 5 have been playing.
If that entire roster is healthy, and let's be obvious, it probably will never be. All right?
Maybe not.
This is basketball.
Yep.
But if that entire roster is healthy for an extended period of time, you've got unhappy people.
So here's the deal. What I'm saying is, when I got to 10, right, Bennett?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, Jake and Conchar.
So now list what I said was 11 through 15.
Yeah.
That was Huff, LaRavia.
Yeah, Huff.
Vince, Gigi, and
Conchar.
And Conchar.
And Jake. Yeah, you said Jake. Yep.
Yeah, okay. All right.
So you take
so
off
now I'm
Conchar
saying, okay,
and
so
Jake
if you
probably.
say, now you say Vince is playing, right?
Yes.
You say Vince is playing. All right, now who's out of the 5 that we named first?
Jalen.
Right?
This is where you're just sitting around and somebody,
it's like,
at every 2-week segment, somebody's going to have an ankle, somebody's going to have a hand. And
but what is insane right now is I listed them off yesterday. Right now, if you just go and look in terms of total minutes played, the top 4 players on the team are Santi Aldama, Jake LaRavia, Scottie Pippen Jr., and Jalen Wells.
And they're 7-4.
That's 4.
Yeah.
That's the 4 leading minutes. No. And we just said, if you want to count Jalen, right? You just want to count Jalen, 2 of those probably aren't in the rotation. Or it's hard to be. You know what I mean? It does make you wonder where Vince and Gigi fit in at this point. Because those other guys have truly taken advantage of their opportunity.
Yeah. And I just feel like Gigi's going to be a long way.
And you also
like
they're saying Christmas.
I know, but they're going to they're going to take their time with the ramp up and all that, right?
I bet you
Vince was supposed to take a little longer.
That's true. That's true.
Some of it just looking at it like, okay,
right.
I'm not going to have my spot.
Right. I bet you it'll be one of those things that it's a good conversation. It looking at the roster, possible problem, but it'll never actually be a big problem because
no, it's not going to be a problem, and especially because Jalen Wells has been given an opportunity that you would never think he was given, right? And so, but it also is going to cause every time anybody plays crappy in front of you, because that's what happened last year. I mean, you could go back and find it. Even at the beginning of the season, I'm like, bro, why is Zaire Williams playing instead of Vince Williams? Why?
Right.
Why is that happening?
Top 10 pick.
Why?
Yeah.
Why is that happening, right? And so the second the guy that's in front of you is not performing at that high of a level, it's like that's the blessing is that these guys are all good. The curse is, hey man, we saw when he got the chance to play, we saw what he brought to the table, and they were good.
Last thing before I get you out of here, Zach has been moved out of the starting lineup onto the bench. Doesn't seem like it's an issue with anybody, but did that surprise you that they did that?
No, I think that honestly, especially in the absence of, I think Zach is probably, he's going to be a huge benefactor of when Ja is in the lineup.
Sure.
But beyond that, I think you've seen Jaren Jackson Jr. have some really big games, the spacing, and that combination with Jaren and Brandon together has been super effective for years. Right. And I also think that Edie is having to. They could play the first 6 minutes of the game, and he may not get a touch outside of something he got himself, right?
Right.
That is never happening if he's on that second unit.
Right.
And so I actually think that could end up being very good for him because it's simply now, like, I'll actually post you up when I'm playing with when we're out here with this second unit. He's the fifth option when everybody's healthy. Right. And so why not be the guy that's going out there and creating a real advantage, and also for his benefit, being able to get touches? I mean, I think we saw it in that preseason game was a good little hint because we saw that in that Pacers game. He just absolutely mangled them, and he was coming off the bench. He's not going to play 35 minutes a game, and he's not usually closing these games. So how do I use him most effectively? Especially, and I want him to be involved, and I want him to get touches. If that's the way, then that's the way.
Yeah, it's just an exaggerated version. I'd seen Sam Vecini, Matt Moore. They were all on Twitter discussing Grizzlies, even in the preseason. So before we watched any of this play out, and they were suggesting, I think Sam did, if I'm Memphis, if I'm starting Edie, I start and I get him out quick, and then I bring him back in at the end of the first and let him just wreck second-team units. Right. And this is just the Grizzlies just cutting to the chase. Yep. We'll just skip the beginning part, but we're going to do the same thing. That's what this is.
Yeah. I don't hate it, and I think it's going to reap benefits for him. Yeah. And I also think that Jaren and Brandon are comfortable playing together. Right. They always have been. And the numbers are good. The numbers have always been good with that pairing. They remain good with that pairing.
That is Chris Vernon. He'll be in a big studio in about an hour and 10 minutes. Chris Vernon Show, noon, Grind City Media. When we come back, rest in peace 901 FC.
Damn,
Bennett. Damn, Bennett. I always told you ain't going to appreciate them till they're gone. That's what I tried to tell you. You scoffed at me every time I suggested as much.
You never said that to me one time ever.
I think I texted it probably.
I don't think so.
I feel like I might have emailed it or sent it in a direct message.
No.
I told you you're not gonna appreciate them properly until it's too late. That's what I think. I think I airdropped that to you one time.
Okay.
901 FC moving to Santa Barbara. Rough development.
Yeah.
For the soccer fans in the area. We'll spend a few minutes on it next. Gary Parrish Show presented by Ortho South.
Goldberg announces he's going to have a retirement match in 2025, and he said this on College Game Day.
We know you're trying to ride the coattails because the 2025 is supposed to be the year of John Cena. Goldberg, I have a message for you, my guy. We don't care about your retirement match. Your retirement match was 3 years ago. Go somewhere, go away.
Tune in to Grind City Wrestling weekly on the Grind City Media app and on the Grind City Media YouTube channel.
We got to talk about Scottie Pippen Jr. Scottie has inked that contract, and he is now officially off the two-way. He is a member of the regular rotation.
Well-deserved, from my opinion. Like, he straight up earned this one from all the time put in last season with the injuries to Summer League.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizz, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GBWR.
There's no substitute for experience, the knowledge gained from having been there before, and the passion to share what you know to make everyone around you better. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle. Play hard. Bank easy.
Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by August 31st, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
Grizzlies fans, dunks, dimes, and no-looks are great on TV, but nothing compares to catching them IRL. And that starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight in person. From seeing your favorite Grizzly stars up close to hearing the squeak of the sneakers on the hardwood. Put that jersey collection to use and get tickets at Ticketmaster. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside, Memphis.
Orthopedic injuries can be unpredictable, unforeseen, and unscheduled, and Ortho South understands this better than anyone. Since your injuries don't make appointments, you don't need to either, and that's because Ortho South welcomes walk-ins during the weekdays and the evenings, and even on Saturdays. So next time an unforeseen injury makes an unscheduled appearance in your life, visit orthosouth.org to find your nearest urgent care location. Just walk in. Ortho South will take care of everything, especially you. Learn more at orthosouth.org. That's orthosouth at orthosouth.org. Now, I got 5 more things you need to know.
Number 1.
Rest in peace, 901 FC.
Man.
Big Bad Bennett. The
Sad.
news came across social media last night. Our USL franchise is moving to Santa Barbara, California. I don't like to see him go. Heartbroken on some level. But, you know, if you saw a for sale sign in your neighbor's yard and you walked over and you're like, oh, what's going on? They said, we sold our house. We're moving. You say, oh, where are you moving? If they said Santa Barbara, you'd be like, oh, wow, that's amazing. So I'm happy for them on that level.
Okay.
I mean, it's nice. The weather's nice.
I've never been. I could
it's a great
pretend to know.
It's a great climate. Ben Howland, former Mississippi State basketball coach, lives in Santa
Where
Barbara.
is Santa Barbara?
It's over there. Keep going to the left.
Is it above or below LA?
I want to say, Bennett, I want to say a little above, but I think it's a little below.
Okay.
Let's look. Let's look together. It's in the. I want to say it's in the L.A. vicinity.
Oh, I see it. No, it's hang on.
You see it down there?
No, it's right here. Hang on. It's like right here.
Yeah.
It's like right here.
Yeah, Bennett.
There we go. There we go, children. Right there on the map.
Has a nice climate.
Yeah.
Has a nice climate about it. Former Mississippi State coach Ben Howland lives in Santa Barbara. I told Ben one time after, he was pushed out at UCLA. Then he was out of coaching for a minute. And then he took the job at Mississippi State. And I was talking to Ben Howland one day. And I said, Ben Howland, do you realize you're one of one? And he said, what do you mean? I said, I think you're the first and only person to ever move from Santa Barbara, California to Starkville, Mississippi. I can't imagine anybody else has made that.
That checks, yeah.
Can't imagine anybody else has made that life decision.
I don't think so.
You know, that's not something you decide.
Sounds like maybe his staff.
That's not
it.
Yeah, his wife.
Yeah, right.
You know, that's not a decision you make every day. So I'm happy for 901 FC to get to go to, I'd feel awful for them if they were going to a, less glamorous place. But Santa Barbara's pretty nice. Still, hate to see him go. Turns out, it appears it's a stadium issue. I don't know how close you pay attention. But 901 FC,
yes.
They've been playing soccer in a baseball stadium. And the league has been saying for a little while, we don't like you playing soccer in a baseball stadium.
Yeah, I mean, to my knowledge, it was when they came here, the plan was for them to always eventually have their own stadium, or at least that's what the franchise wanted.
I don't know how much you know about stadiums.
Yeah.
Here's something I learned about them. They cost money.
Yes.
And they wanted some of this money from the state of Tennessee that has been given to the city to spend on stadiums, specifically FedEx Forum, Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium. They wanted a piece of that to build a nice soccer stadium for 901 FC, and that would have ensured, I believe, that the franchise stayed here. But our officials have decided we're going to spend all of this money on FedEx Forum and Simmons Bank, and we're not going to invest public money, taxpayer dollars, on a minor league soccer stadium. And as much as I hate watching people I'm friendly with on social media be distraught last night because they cared deeply about this franchise, if I'm being honest, it would be nonsensical to spend public money on a minor league soccer stadium. And if that is the cost you have to pay as a city to keep a minor league soccer franchise, then that's simply not a price that we should be willing to pay.
I just again, I don't, because like, man, we and like we'll talk about some of our favorite memories here in a second, but yeah, I mean, there was just never the appetite for like big crowds. Like there just wasn't. I mean, we can call it like it is. If we're being honest right now,
the people who cared about it
of course,
deeply.
Yes, they had a really good diehard fan base,
but there weren't very many of them.
Yeah, and so to see that, you know, I mean, I watch the games, you watch the games, you see what that crowd looks like. You've been to the games, I've been to the games.
I smashed the guitar.
I know you did. We got the video. We'll play it here in just a second.
I smashed the guitar.
But it just was never going to be big enough to justify building a stadium for it.
Yeah, the price tag, I think, was reported at around $80 million. And in a time where, like, you've got to spend hundreds of millions of dollars on FedEx Forum, or else, I don't want to speak for anybody, or else we won't have an NBA franchise. This is the way it works. You know, Oklahoma City's going to spend a lot of money to keep its NBA franchise. This is the way it works. We're not New York, LA. Robert Parra we need him way more than he needs Memphis. And if we are not willing to spend public money on FedEx Forum, again, I'm not speaking for Robert Parra, and he's never even hinted at this, but just the way professional sports works, just do a Google search on what happens when you're a small market and you decline the opportunity to spend public money on stadiums or arenas. You don't keep your team very long. So we've got to spend money on FedEx Forum. And if you ever have any, even little bit of hope of the University of Memphis upgrading conferences, you've got to invest in Simmons Bank.
Yeah.
And there's a priority to all of this. It's not a bottomless pot of money. You have a very defined amount of money, and it's like, okay, how are we going to spend it? And the money you have, which is hundreds of millions of dollars, it's not even enough to cover everything that you were trying to cover just at FedEx Forum and just at Simmons Bank. So the idea that you could carve out $80 million or even $8 million or even $800,000 public money to give to a minor league, you can't do it. You just cannot do it. It's like not even a conversation. I don't say that with any joy.
I don't either.
I smashed the guitar.
Can we look at the guitar smash? We brought it up multiple times. It was one of the great moments in GP show history. Oh, look at that. Like, that was a good... now, that was this 2019, I believe?
Time flies. I mean, I survived a pandemic. How you expect me to remember all this stuff?
Let me see if I can find... Yeah, this was August of 2019.
Look at this. Yep, bam.
It's my boy Alex with the red smoke bomb.
Love Alex.
Let's go. Flex on him. Now, that was actually a good crowd that day. And JB made a point before we came on today. COVID just messed everything up. Because it really did. Because I swear, that first season, that thing was popping off, dude.
I feel like people don't talk about this now. I'm glad you brought it up. I feel like people don't talk about this now. COVID did mess a lot of stuff up.
It messed a lot of shit up.
It messed a lot of stuff.
We were rocking and rolling downtown.
I was smashing guitars.
Yeah, it was popping off. And then that thing happened and everybody had to stay inside of it. Hey, there it is. You lost a little weight since then.
Well, maybe.
You lost a little weight since then.
I don't know.
That jersey's been a little loose. Oh, look at that beautiful family. Look at baby Noah. Look at baby Noah.
Now, look, Noah's all grown up now, never goes to school.
I know, never goes to school anymore. I raised him wrong.
I seen him at 901 FC games more than I seen him in his school.
Yeah. Man, I should have found a picture of us, and D'Anthony Melton was chilling with us that day. That was a good day.
Were you with us that day?
Yeah, remember we got to go sit in the presidential suite.
I do remember that.
Yeah, dude.
That's how my kids still love D'Anthony Melton.
That was when he first got to Memphis.
They had just traded for him.
Yeah.
And we were hanging out. We hung out with D'Anthony Melton. I forgot that you were there. I didn't mean to. I apologize.
That's okay.
I didn't mean to forget
I know you were
there.
hogging all the time with him. I was like, God, can I get 5 minutes with D'Anthony Melton? God, dude.
But D'Anthony Melton took my little guys, to the ice cream stand. He was like, I'm going to get ice cream. You want to go with? So he took my little guys to the ice cream stand. So, guess who their favorite player is now? John Morant. But outside of that, D'Anthony Melton's pretty high up on the list. How about this? We got youth small D'Anthony Melton jerseys at our house right now. Loved the Anthony Mountain. That was a fun night.
It was a fun night, man.
And I won't pretend that I went all the time or even often, but my family and I did go to 901 FC games multiple times, as recently as this season.
Yeah.
And we had a blast every time. A good time every time. So in that respect, it stinks. And it's not good for downtown either, because even if the crowds weren't what we hoped or imagined, it was still something that brought people downtown. For instance, the last 901 FC game I went to, we went with another family. So it's, moms and dads and the little kids and, grandmas, whatever. There's maybe 10 of us total. And we came downtown and we parked and we spent money. And then after the game, and this was great, we were like, hey, let's just go hang out, have a drink. I was like, I don't even know where people hang out. I'm an old man now. I don't know where to go. I was like, let's just go to Peabody. And we sat in the Peabody and had drinks in the Peabody and, piano's playing. And it's just a nice night in downtown Memphis. Yeah. And the only reason we did any of that is because it started with the soccer game. And then we did all the rest of it. And I was like, man, we just had a nice night downtown. We don't do that enough. We should do that more often. And now our soccer team's going to Santa Barbara.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see. Obviously, they took up quite a few dates at AutoZone Park. It'll be interesting to see what AutoZone Park does. Because, the Redbirds, it's minor league baseball. We've talked about this before on the show. They had that, Bob Dylan concert that time that me and you went to. And that was really cool. They do, this past year, they did a ice skating thing and a Christmas lights. So it was kind of like zoo lights or something like that at AutoZone Park, and that was cool. I feel like they should dive into more different stuff other than sports.
I don't know how to run a minor league baseball park.
I don't either. I was just throwing that because it's a nice stadium. It's really nice.
I have a good time.
It's a nice ballpark. Yeah,
I have a good time every time I'm there, and now it appears I'll be there less often. Our soccer team is moving to Santa Barbara. Weather's nice out there, though. I hope they have a good time. I wish them well.
I probably won't watch as much.
Well, yeah, that's probably true.
I think my USL viewing days are probably over.
My USL ESPN Plus subscription going to take a hit.
Yeah.
That's probably true. But, hey, let's not.
But I will miss them. Bummed that they're gone.
Let's not cry that it's over, Bennett. Let's smile because it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Not everything has to end perfectly. Sometimes you just enjoy the ride. Did you enjoy the ride?
I had a great time. Yeah,
I enjoyed the ride. I don't like the way the ride ended.
I don't either.
But I enjoyed the ride. I wish him well.
Number 2.
College football playoff rankings were updated last night in between games at the Champions Classic. 12-team playoff. And 4 of the teams are coming from the SEC. 4 of the teams are coming from the Big Ten. So sounds like they got this thing figured out. Texas, Tennessee, Alabama, Ole Miss from the SEC. Oregon, Ohio State, Penn State, Indiana from the Big Ten. Your top 4 seeds, Oregon, Texas, BYU, Miami. Tennessee's the 8 seed. Ole Miss in the 11. Alabama the 10. Texas, again, is the 2. Those are the 4 from the SEC. Based on current projections, Ole Miss would open the college football playoffs with a game at Penn State. The winner would advance to play number 3 BYU on the road. Tennessee would open the college football playoff with a game in Knoxville against Notre Dame. How about that?
Oh, that would be cool.
Winner of that one would go out to Oregon to play the top-ranked Ducks. And Alabama would open at number 7 Indiana, with the winner of that one advancing to play the 2 seed, your Texas Longhorns, in Austin. I just like the way it looks.
I like the way it looks, too.
I just look at that bracket and I go, man, we're going to have
I'd watch every single one of those games.
We're going to have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
That's going to be a fun bracket. Is that going to replace the NCAA men's tournament bracket as the most famous bracket in sports?
No, because people...
Because we like big brackets.
Yeah, we fill out our brackets.
We like big brackets.
Nobody's filling out a college football playoff bracket.
I'll fill one out right now.
Yeah, I got you. But, no, the NCAA tournament is its own unique thing because we have that moment where we're all filling out our brackets.
I'm taking Ole Miss over Penn State. Put it in. I'll fill it out right now.
Oh, I'll take the Nittany Lions.
You don't want to come to the SIP.
Meat and potatoes, bro.
You don't want to come to the SIP.
Meat and potatoes,
What is
bro.
more meat and potatoes than Mississippi?
Meat and potatoes,
We invented meat and potatoes in Mississippi.
Nah, them Penn State linemen. You don't want to mess with them. You don't want to mess with them.
We invented meat and potatoes in Mississippi. I don't know what you're talking about. I'll fill out a bracket right now. We like our big bracket and we like our Cinderellas. And the college football playoff, you're not really going to get Cinderellas. Even Boise State at a group of 5, like that's a top 15 team in the country.
Yeah.
So we don't have Cinderellas, and the bracket's not as big. I think the men's basketball tournament
that's BYU number 3.
Yeah.
I don't like their logo. You know why?
I don't know why.
It's the same as Yale's. Every time I see that, I think it's Yale.
Well, just always remind yourself you'll never see Yale in the college football playoff,
Yeah,
so don't
I
worry about it.
understand. I'm just saying, like, why it should be a B, shouldn't it?
Apparently not. I mean, they think it should be a Y, and I feel like they know more about it than I do. Right?
I disagree. I
mean, want to argue with Brigham Young
I
about
do want
what
to argue. I do want to argue, actually. Yeah, I do want to argue.
If I was going to argue with Brigham Young, I'd start in another place before I got to that one.
I mean, I understand that, like, yeah, when it's football related, like you see that and it's BYU, sure, but like, what if this was the NCAA basketball tournament? Like, I would see that and be like, is that Yale?
It'd be chaos. You would think you would think it's Yale getting ready to play the winner of something. You'd be confused, Bennett. You'd be confused.
I don't like it.
I know you
Fix
don't.
it.
I know you don't.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's the bracket.
Thanks.
You can look at it on your own time.
Number 3.
John Mulaney gave a recent interview.
What's going on?
Okay, John Mulaney's an interesting fellow. You like John Mulaney?
I do. Yes, I do.
Like John
I think
Mulaney.
he's funny. I think he's funny.
He's funny. He's objectively funny.
Yeah.
He's a funny guy.
I wonder if he's like a little insane, but
he's definitely insane.
Yeah. Like, I think he's hilarious. I'm scared if I hung out with him, he might scare me.
He's a wild. He's a wild dude.
Right.
He's a wild dude, and he has famously battled a drug addiction. Like his last Netflix special or HBO special, wherever it was, like the entire special is just him telling his story about becoming a father and getting clean and the intervention his friends held for him. Like Seth, and when we're talking about his friends, it's like Seth Meyers and these people. Like, have you ever been a part of an intervention where you've said, man, somebody is so far off the rails, we got to get 7 people to go talk to this person and say, you gotta get it back in between the lines?
Yes.
With who?
See, that's why I almost said no. Not saying.
I have too. I've done that, right?
Yes.
But and I don't know that it was effective, but it's wild when you get to a point where you think somebody needs that, right? So John Mulaney's friends recognize this guy is spiraling. People don't know, because for people who don't know, he's like a clean cut.
Oh yeah, right.
You
wouldn't see that dude and be like drug addict.
Well, yeah, just based off of stereotypes,
right?
Like you see Pete Davidson and you go, I bet he has fun sometimes.
Yeah, right.
I bet he has fun sometimes,
right?
But you see John Mulaney, if you just took a picture and you were like, what does this guy do? You'd be like, he sells insurance, probably.
Yes,
right. But he's wild, and by wild I mean he's an addict. So he has an interview, grants an interview, and he's talking about he's still clean and he's now a father of 2, and really sort of, I don't know, expanded on his relationship with Olivia Munn that I don't think we knew previously. All we knew is that they started dating and they got pregnant and they had a baby boy and everything seems to be going well. As they tell the story, I believe for the first time, they weren't even dating when she got pregnant. They just hooked up.
Oh, wow.
And they were not planning to raise this child together. She was like, I didn't even really know him. And then I'm pregnant with his child, our child, but I don't really know this guy. And then when I got to know, it was like, ooh, I don't know what to do with this guy. But they, in the process of that, fell in love. And they've subsequently gotten married. They now have another child. But among the big headlines out of this interview is that Olivia Munn still drug tests John Mulaney randomly whenever she wants. And he invites it. And that is the way they are actually getting through life. She is, whenever she wants, like she could wake up tomorrow morning and be like, hey, I need you to pee in this cup. And he has to do it or else they got big problems in their marriage.
Yeah.
And there's been some backlash to this. I actually think it's helpful.
Oh, I do too.
I would, if I were an addict.
Yes.
And I thought that was complicating my life in a way that might ruin my career, ruin my marriage, ruin my relationship with people I care about. If there was a way to hold me accountable to just help me look over my shoulder, I would invite that. I would want that.
For sure, because this isn't like news. Like most addicts can't help themselves. Like she's, he can't.
Except what if you know? There's no way I can get away with this. I'm going to get caught if I do this. That helps you not do things.
For sure.
Do you know how many people would not cheat in their relationship if they knew there's no way I'm going to get away with this?
Right.
You would walk away from the situation if there's no way I can get away with it. But what people do, they trick themselves, usually with alcohol. Nobody will ever know, blah, blah, blah. It's one night, whatever you do. But if you knew, I will get caught if I do this, you probably wouldn't do it.
Right.
We were out of the country earlier this year. We were in Monaco, and the crime rate there is non-existent. Like, we were walking back from the restaurant 2 o'clock in the morning one night, and I was like, "Is this even safe?" And I started googling. It's like it's the safest thing. We could walk around all night. Nobody's going to touch us. We could walk. You could throw your purse on the ground. Nobody would grab it. If they grabbed it, they'd run and try to catch us and give it back to you. No problem. So you start Googling, okay, why is this? Why is there no crime here? The obvious, everybody's rich. There's a lot of,
right.
There's no need to steal anything. Everybody's got everything.
Yeah.
All right? But beyond that, the country, small as it is under 24-hour surveillance. There is nothing you can do on the streets of Monaco that is not being recorded. So even if you're thinking about doing something, you know that there is a camera on you. What if you're thinking about breaking into a car?
Sounds like we should do that everywhere.
Except in America, people would be like, they're spying on me.
Yeah.
I want cameras everywhere. I got nothing to hide.
Yeah, I want cameras everywhere too.
Put cameras everywhere. Put cameras in my home.
Yeah, I don't care.
I don't care. I got nothing to hide. All right?
Yep.
I ain't saying I ain't never had nothing to hide. I got nothing to hide now. All right? So I'm fine with cameras everywhere. Put them on the streets. Put them in the house. Put them everywhere. Because that can change your behavior. Right?
Yeah.
How is this any different? As an addict and a comedian, think about the circles you might find yourself in sometimes. You're on the road, late night comedy club, your buddy shows up, they got this thing, you're an addict, they put it right in front of you. Nobody's ever going to know. All right. That's how you slip up. But what if you know your wife might drug test you tomorrow, and if this comes back positive, your whole life's going to be turned upside down? That's when you just go back to the hotel.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm a believer in this.
Me too.
Congratulations to John Mulaney. Congratulations to Olivia Munn. They've both been through a lot, but it sounds like they got a working relationship right now, and I'm going to keep rooting for them.
Me too.
I'm going to root for them.
Number 4.
John Krasinski has been named People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive. Looks pretty sexy. I mean, I ain't seen all the men that are alive, but like if you said, is that guy sexy? I would say probably. Wouldn't you? What would you say? If I said, Ben, is that guy sexy?
I mean, I can't say no.
You can't say no.
I wouldn't say no.
You can't say no. I don't even think you could say no.
No.
Who could say no?
No. He's doing well.
What?
Good on him.
What person wouldn't look at John Krasinski and go, I'd lay down with him?
Oh, I'm not going that far.
You wouldn't lay down with John Krasinski?
No, I would not. I would not. I would not.
Do you believe cuddling is an antidepressant?
Do I believe cuddling is an antidepressant?
That's what I read on the internet. They said cuddling's an antidepressant.
I could buy it.
I could buy it. I think holding somebody and being held can be helpful. But you wouldn't hold John Krasinski?
No, I don't think we would cuddle, no.
Under any circumstances?
I don't think so.
Who's sexier than John Krasinski? If you don't want to, who would you lay down with?
I mean,
who should be the sexiest man alive?
Who should be the sexiest man
I
alive?
heard Jessica discussing it this morning. She nominated Glenn Powell.
You know what? I'm kind of surprised he didn't win, just because he's so big right now. Like that actually probably makes more sense.
I don't love him.
He's just a big star.
Yeah, but I don't love him.
Why?
I don't find him sexy. I find him, he just looks like he's not real. Like he's a thing. Like, I see what everybody else sees, right? He's a great looking human.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful human. I'm not attracted to him. Not the way I am John Krasinski.
Interesting. I think he's a good-looking man.
Well, obviously he's a good-looking man, but I feel like that's all he's got. I don't know. He's got much more than that. I think John Krasinski's got more. I think John Krasinski brings more to the table than Glenn Powell. That's what I say.
I have not seen a lot of Glenn Powell roles. I haven't seen the new Twisters yet. I did watch Hitman, which was very good. So I think...
You think I'm shortchanging Glenn Powell? You think there's more to him than I'm giving him credit for?
I think there's more to him than you're giving him
credit for. You think I'm being a little superficial here.
I think there's more to it. Now, John Krasinski, and his wife is...
Emily Blunt.
She's amazing.
She's great.
She's great.
She could be sexiest woman alive. I wouldn't,
without question.
I wouldn't argue with
vote for her in a
second.
second.
You know what? I think she brings more to the table. She, a lot like her husband. Keep in mind, I never met these people. I don't know anything about them. But like her husband, when I see Emily Blunt, I go, that's a beautiful person who I think brings more to the table. And when I see John Krasinski, I go, that's a beautiful man who brings more to the table. I think they both bring more to the table. Yeah. Whereas I look at Glenn Powell and I'm like, I don't know how much more he brings to the table.
What's John been doing? You know, I just know him as Jim, you know? And the Quiet Place trilogy. Like, he directed that and starred in the first two, or the first one.
You know, when he did this Amazon Prime show.
Jack Ryan. I never watched it. I
didn't either, but I promised myself I would because when we were in Athens,
they filmed there?
They were literally in our hotel.
Oh, that's cool.
Did you
see him?
I never saw him. But I have a buddy who we just sort of connected on social media, and he works in the film industry, and he saw me check in on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or somewhere from this hotel, and he was like, dude, I'm here working on Jack Ryan. We're in, like, literally your hotel.
That's cool.
Right. So when we would be, like, at breakfast, the whole restaurant, everybody had, like, scripts. And you'd hear like these two people sitting at this table next to you, and they'd be like, yeah, we got the script to John last night. He usually needs about 3 or 4 hours to go over it, but we're probably going to start shooting around 2.
Yeah.
You would just sort of eavesdrop on those little conversations. So that was neat, but I never saw John Krasinski. But I was under the same roof. I was once under the same roof as the sexiest man alive, according to people.
That's pretty cool. I don't know. I think it's fine. I'm fine with the choice. It's just I feel like that award is typically going to someone more top of mind at the moment.
John Krasinski's been in the back of your mind.
I'm just saying, like, that's why I was asking, like, what's he doing right now? It's like Jack Ryan about to have a new season, or something like that. It seems like that's something. It seems like that's something that, like, Glenn Powell, everybody's talking about him right now.
Yep. Yeah. I don't know how it works exactly, but I don't have a problem with it. He took a good picture. That's what I'm saying.
He did take a good picture.
That's a good looking picture.
I wish I looked like that.
I wish I looked like if I could ever take a picture and look like that.
Yeah,
I'd just sit around and take pictures.
I would too.
You ever see people? Sometimes you see them and you're like, my God, another picture of you. How many pictures of you do I need to see? Like I just saw you in the car ride line at school.
Ugly?
Why? Except. No, it's pretty people.
Yeah.
And it's just nonstop, just pictures of themselves. And it's like not even anything new. It's just like the same picture of themselves standing in front of the same thing.
I think if you're pretty, you take pictures of yourself.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like.
I don't either.
Because I've never been proud of myself.
I haven't either.
I've always hated myself. So I don't know what it's like to want to take pictures.
I know.
And I had this moment where I was like, what are you sitting around taking pictures all the time for? Why don't you relax? And then I was like, well, if I look like that, I'd probably I'd be doing the same thing.
I would do the same.
It's just, I look like me, so I don't ever want to take a picture with anybody. But if I look like John Krasinski, if I could take a picture like that, I'd just take pictures all day.
I think I would too.
Man, wouldn't it be nice?
It would be
I don't want to sound like I'm complaining. I'm fortunate. I'm more fortunate than most. But I ain't John Krasinski.
No.
Good
on him.
Good for him. I'm happy for him too.
I still watch The Office all the time.
I don't watch it all the time, but
it's my fall asleep show.
I will say this. There was one night a few years ago. I love it when people say stuff like that. Like, I will say this. Like I'm about to say something important. I'll say this. I'm about to tell you something about The Office. Why do people say dumb shit like that? The other one I hear all the time, people say stuff like this. Like they'll go, I'm not gonna lie. I really enjoy McDonald's. It's like, why are you? I didn't assume you were gonna lie.
Doesn't everybody?
Why are you like? I'm not gonna lie. I really do like Emily Blunt. Like, why would I think you're going to lie to me about Emily Blunt?
Yeah.
Why'd you have to announce right up front that you're not going to lie? I'm not going into this assuming you're going to lie. You don't need to. Or the other one, like, I'm not even joking. I hate cancer. Well, of course.
Yeah.
Why would you think I think you're going to joke about cancer?
Right.
I don't need all the little. I'll tell you one thing though.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something.
Tell me.
There was a time a few years ago. I don't even know what happened, but somehow, like you're watching Netflix or something, and then something goes off, and it's like, all right, and you're too tired to find the DirecTV remote, so it's like, just grab your phone and put something else on, whatever.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, we're just streaming The Office. Laugh out loud funny.
Yeah, I think it's.
I hadn't seen it in years. Like legitimately hilarious.
Yeah, at least those first 4 seasons. I thought I got.
I found myself just laughing, like legitimately laughing, and going, "Oh yeah, I remember why everybody liked this."
It's one of those.
Funny.
I will put on headphones and play it on my phone, and just fall asleep to it because I don't. It's I don't want to listen to anything that makes me have to think or anything. And I've seen the show so many times that it's just
you just listen to office words when you go to sleep.
It's just there.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Some people listen to the machine, the white noise.
I turn that on during the day. If I ever want to get a nap in, I'll turn on a little app.
The noise machine.
Yeah, little guy talks to me.
And then my wife does the sleep stories, which I hate. I hate the sleep stories. The British people talking.
I got a guy talks to me. He's like, you deserve to
hate
relax.
I hate that. I don't know if it's just British people doing it, but she's always listening to the British people ones.
You'll start to lay down.
I hate it. I hate it because they'll tell the calm. Is it calm? I don't know. Anyways, they will tell a story that goes nowhere. It's and then you're in the meadow and you see the flower and you look at the petals and in the distance there's a windmill and a beautiful.
Yeah, I ain't got time for
creek.
that.
And I'm like, tell me what's happening.
Tell me, kill somebody, do something.
Yeah, do something.
Do something. Stop describing things and give me a story.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm happy for John Krasinski. I think that's what we said, right?
Yes.
We're happy for him.
Yes, we're happy for him.
All right.
Good on him.
Yeah.
Number 5.
Cal Singler. Rough story.
Oh, this video. What was going on? What a weird video.
Sounds like mental health stuff.
I would think so.
So Cal Singler.
Yeah.
Played at Duke, won a national championship, was teammates with Memphis assistant Nolan Smith. Played briefly in the NBA, but now seems to not be doing so well. So he had posted some videos on social media, and among the latest ones got a lot of attention because he's just talking into a camera in a way that makes you go, he doesn't seem like he's okay. Here's a quote from the video. I have been mistreated and abused, neglected, made into a mental example, and I fear for my life every day, and people in my community make me look out as if I'm going to be someone that's going to be a problem and make things difficult for people when I'm only trying to be helpful. I feel like I have a certain way about myself and strength and purpose that does not get valued or get treated proper. Just a lot of that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Just all over the place.
I mean, you can see it looks like Britney Spears video.
Yes. Yes.
That looks like a Britney Spears video. And what do we know about Britney Spears? She's not okay.
Right.
So it looks like a guy who's not okay. Kevin Love, who's been a big mental health advocate, reached out on social media. Other people who have been a part of Kyle's life reached out on social media. I'm confident the folks at Duke are trying to help. But it's just rough when somebody gets to a place like this and you don't know what to do. You feel helpless. I promise you, there are people who care deeply about Britney Spears and would love to help her, and they just don't know how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
In basketball, Delonte West, played at St. Joe's, played in the NBA with LeBron James. Every time you see an update with him, it's the worst. He's on he's at a street corner, begging for money.
Yep.
High on whatever he can get his hands on, and incoherent, and you might be just sitting at a stop sign, and it's remember when LeBron was in the finals with the Cavs? Yeah. That guy played with him. What? And having sat in studio with Jameer Nelson, who worked with me at CBS Sports Network and was teammates famously with Delonte West at St. Joe's, I know how much energy and time and money they've put into trying to help Delonte. I've watched Jameer had to take the phone call. Walk outside. What's going on? I've seen, wears on him. And people will constantly be tweeting at Jameer and Phil Martelli, who coached him in college. Hey, you got to go help Delonte. Hey, you got to go help you. You don't think we're trying?
Right.
And now I'm certain people are doing the same thing with Kyle Singler. Hopefully this hasn't gotten to a place as bad as the place Delonte West gotten. But that was a troubling video. Like the last time I saw Kyle Singler, the way I remember Kyle Singler is like, everything's fine. You're winning a national championship. You're All-American at Duke. Life's good. And you don't ever expect to see somebody just sort of spiral in this way. I wonder, I think most mental health experts would acknowledge that we have a mental health problem worse than perhaps it's ever been for a lot of different reasons, social media being among them. But also I think social media offers us a glimpse into these people's lives that otherwise we wouldn't know. For instance, without social media, would you even know Kyle Singler's struggling?
No.
No, you had no idea. It would all be happening behind closed doors.
Right.
You wouldn't know nothing unless he happened to do something so wild that got him arrested. And then there'd be a mugshot and then he'd be on the news. But I don't want to use words like crazy, but people who are not well, they haven't always had the ability to show the world at all times. Now, every day somebody's popping on social media and being not well. My wife was showing me some video the other day. She was watching something. I was like, what are you watching? And she's like, it's this woman. And I was like, who is it? I didn't recognize the woman. And I don't want to get too specific because I bet other people would know. But apparently there's this woman who people know. I don't know her. But like she's a lot of people I know who she is. She lives in the area. And she's just been popping on live and clearly just out of her mind. And I watched like 45 seconds of it. And I was like, I don't even want to watch. This is uncomfortable. Like this is somebody's daughter and sister and girlfriend or wife, or I don't know her story, but that's, this person? She's like, yeah. I was like, this person is not okay. It's crazy. And I'm just watching this person unravel. And she was broadcasting it to the world. Nobody was sneak putting her on Instagram Live.
Right.
She had spiraled so far that I don't know what happens, but it was just sad to watch. And Kyle Singler's another version of that. And I think probably everybody listening right now has got somebody in their life who isn't doing so well. So I don't know what else to say about it. I don't have a big grand point other than, life's hard. And everything can be going perfectly one day or pretty well one day. And then it can get turned and flipped on you pretty quickly. And it seems like Kyle Singler's going through that right now. The good news is, there is help out there if people want it and can get it. And so never too late to turn back around, I don't guess. And hopefully he can get the help he needs if indeed he does need help, which appears obvious. People who know him seem to think that he does. Hopefully he gets the help he needs. And the next time we talk about Kyle Singler, it'll be a more positive story. Be back with GP's Carryout.
Every time you go to Miami, you can go see, that's a statue of me there.
No, I don't look nothing like that thing, man. Look, I'm sorry.
I would have been offended.
Look at that. That is UTA.
Oh, my God.
Oh, look.
Hey,
y'all got to get that screenshot, man. Put that on the
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
The three big beats this week. One was root for points in honor of John Roser. How about that Miami-Louisville game?
Good
Crushed
grief.
the over, which was 60. Finished with 97 total points, 52-45. Meanwhile, the Academy's covering again, both Army and Navy, getting the job done.
This.
Army, best start since 96.
America.
Navy crushed Charlotte. They're ranked 23rd and 24th in the country.
The Odds Couple, live at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, one exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season. Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data Gatorade.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
Justin Timberlake.
I'm bringing sexy back.
The Forget Tomorrow World Tour. Live in Memphis. Justin Timberlake. FedEx Forum, Saturday, November 23rd. Get tickets now at livenation.com. The brand new single Selfish is available to stream and download now.
If I get jealous, I can't help it.
For more, hit up justintimberlake.com.
Welcome back. Gary Parrish Show presented by Ortho South. Hope everybody's staying safe out there and dry. It's ugly outside.
Yeah.
Why does it rain so much these days?
It's just weather patterns, man.
I don't like this one.
I like it.
I prefer a different weather pattern.
I like it.
I know, but just look how just not fun. Like, sometimes you look out that window, Ben, it looks fun outside. Doesn't look fun out there. Does that look fun to you?
Mm-hmm.
I know it's good nap weather, but that don't look fun to me.
I just like it.
What would you do out there if I put you like it because you're in here? But think about it if you weren't as fortunate. What if you didn't have a studio? What if you were out there in the streets of Memphis? You wouldn't like this so much.
I really don't mind it. I enjoyed my drive in this morning.
Yeah, imagine you have a car. What if you had to walk in this morning?
Okay, this isn't a great walking city.
You say you talk about rain without acknowledging. You can just escape it whenever you want to. You're like, I like the rain. Well, you ain't out there dealing with it. You in here, sitting in here, your little Grizzlies hat.
No, I like to go sit on my back porch and soak it all in.
I like
literally. Yeah.
Okay.
I enjoy it.
Okay. Well, I don't mind it, but I just like. I like for it
I like a gloomy day.
I
just do. I just do. I don't care.
I just like for the grass to be dry. You know. I ain't trying.
That's another thing. When y'all were talking about daylight savings time, this is where it pisses me off. So like my yard, I mowed the front yard earlier this week, and then I see it's going to rain today, and so I'm like, the backyard's starting to grow a little bit too much, and so like when I get home with the kids and everything, dude, I get them settled in, get their dinner and stuff, dude, I have to go out in the backyard and like run up and down the yard with the lawnmower because I'm like running, I can't see, I'm running out of daylight. It's not right.
It's not right.
People need time to do things when they get off work.
Or you need to put your headlights on your lawnmower. Put some headlights on your lawnmower.
That's just weird. It feels weird mowing your yard at night. Like your neighbors, like.
Would people object?
What's up with this dude?
I don't think people would object if it was 6 o'clock at night.
Trying to ingratiate myself in the new neighborhood.
Better at 6 o'clock at night than 6 o'clock in the morning. You know.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
So I don't know. I just feel like you're always bragging about the rain without understanding what it's really like to have to deal with it. When's the last time you had to lift a ball and clean it?
What does that mean? I don't even understand that.
You hit your ball right in the middle of the fairway.
Oh no, I don't play golf.
So yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah. I guess you don't mind rain.
I was like,
I guess you don't mind rain, but you ain't never had a muddy ball, Bennett.
No, I have not. No,
See,
I have not.
Easy for you to say how much you like rain.
They don't let you play in the rain.
Yeah.
Nah, dude, they'll kick your ass out. You try to go play in the rain.
Well, light sprinkle, you can deal with it as long as there's lightning in the area. But it's not. Golf is not a good rain sport. You know, I think everybody could agree on that. Golf's not a good rain sport.
Yes.
All right, let's do GP's carryout.
It's time for GP's Carryout. One final segment filled with stuff to take with you. It's not everything you need to know, but it's most of it. What did we learn today?
A whole bunch of stuff, but we mostly focused on the NBA because last night was a fun night in the association. Klay Thompson makes his return to Golden State for the first time as a visitor. Got 22 points. He was good, but Steph put on a show, hit the big shot at the end, scored Golden State's final 12 points to secure the victory for the home team. Klay did get perhaps the biggest ovation a visitor has ever gotten in an opposing arena, and that's because for 14 years he called the Bay Area home. He was drafted in 2011 and got the tribute video during the starting lineups that I saw people raving about online. People are like, the tribute video was amazing. What an awesome tribute video. And that's what I told you earlier. Like, because I can't stand people who try to shit on things other people are having a good time with. I didn't want to be that. But just between me and you, I thought the tribute video was
subpar,
disappointing.
Yep.
And maybe that's because I'm just used to our tribute videos and how good they are. A little bit like this, right? If you're used to eating Memphis barbecue all the time, and then you look up and you're in San Francisco, and somebody says, "Man, this is the best barbecue in San Francisco," you'd be like, "All right, let's give it its day in court."
Yeah.
And then you eat it, and you're like, "Why do you think this is good barbecue?" And it's like, "This is the best barbecue I've ever had," because you've never had great barbecue, so you think this is good barbecue. Like you think your 32-inch television is nice because you've never seen a 75-inch. But if I showed you a 75-inch, you'd be embarrassed by your little 32-inch. Same thing with barbecue. You think this is great barbecue because you never had great barbecue. But if you ever had great barbecue, you would know this ain't good enough. And that's the way I felt about that tribute video last night. It was subpar barbecue. Golden State thought they had good barbecue, but they didn't. You following me here?
Yeah.
I think they created this video, and then they said, "Hey, guys, let's watch it." And they were like, "This is good." And I'm like, "This is not good," because I've seen the Zebo video.
That's the thing. I think our standards are just...
We make good videos here.
Our standards are just higher over here.
I think so.
Yeah.
We'll let them win the championships.
Yeah.
But we're going to make the videos.
That's right.
We should make a tribute video for Klay Thompson.
They should have asked our people.
I know everybody's busy here.
A little under the table deal.
Yeah, a little under the table
You don't
deal.
want to embarrass your people and your franchise,
yeah,
but
let us
have
handle.
you seen how the Grizzlies make their
let
videos?
Let us handle
Yeah.
this. Zebo got a 5-minute video narrated by
freaking major motion picture.
Basically a short film.
Yes.
Okay? Basically a short film narrated by Ice Cube.
Yes.
Klay Thompson got
something.
Something.
Yeah, something.
Like I was disappointed for Klay Thompson.
I kind of was too.
If I sat around all day, not as Klay Thompson, I sat around all day as me, excited for Klay Thompson. And then I watched that video and I was like, I would be let down if I were. Is this really the best you could do? You can't pay me my money and you can't even give me a good tribute video? I hope TA understands this video he's got coming. It wouldn't be great everywhere. But I'm comfortable suggesting Tony Allen will have a better video this season than Klay Thompson did.
It's not even a debate.
Not even a debate. Real indictment on that franchise. I know they think they're the tip top of the NBA. I know they think they're at the tip top of the NBA. Not in the video department.
They are not. No.
Not in the video department.
What's today's biggest game?
I'm going to take you. Bennett, I'm going to take you. I'm taking you to Milwaukee.
Okay.
It's the Pistons and the Bucks. I'm taking you to Milwaukee.
Let me see if I can find the court. I'm looking at all the courts.
Fiserv Forum. That's what we're calling this place.
Uh-huh.
You just look at all the courts when you get bored?
No, I'm looking at all the NBA Cup courts. You know, they're different. Have you seen the Lakers?
No.
It's actually pretty sick. The one they're playing on tonight is cool. Look, I'm going to show it to you right here. Hang on, let me scroll down just a little bit. Here it is. Okay. There it is. That's pretty good.
I guess. Yeah, I don't mind.
Theirs looks good.
I don't mind.
That's going to look good on my TV tonight.
Some of them, they're just.
There, that's ours.
You like that?
Yeah.
Say yes. Say yes.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Why wouldn't you like that?
I'm excited. We'll see it on Sunday.
Yeah, can't wait for that. Can't wait for that. Hey, the Bucks need a win, buddy. They're 3-8.
Oh, theirs hurts. Theirs hurts. I'm not watching that. I'm not watching this game.
You can't.
That court hurts.
It's tough.
That's going to hurt my eyes.
Hey, Doc Rivers loses tonight to the Pistons. We got to pull the trigger on this thing?
It's so early.
It is early. Have you seen like the side by side they do?
Giannis has gotten a coach fired for less.
Somebody did the side by side last week of Adrian Griffin and Doc Rivers, and it was like as of
identical.
No, way better.
Adrian Griffin was way better. Way better. Yeah.
They were like, at this moment, Doc Rivers and Adrian Griffin have both coached the exact same number of games.
Okay.
And here's the records. Now, in fairness, I think Adrian had Chris Middleton.
Okay.
And Doc hasn't. I don't think Doc's ever had the team he's supposed to have, something like that. So, context matters, but the point is, Adrian Griffin had a better record in a shorter amount of time and got. Mm-hmm. So, be careful. Be careful. Bucks are 6.5-point favorites tonight. Totals 215.5. Tip 7 o'clock. How you going to act?
The Pistons' second night of a back-to-back. Man, the vibes are bad. Real bad. They're real bad. I'm going to go, man, you know what, though? It's we always say, second night of a back-to-back, and it's like that ain't always as big of a thing as people make it out to be. I've seen plenty of times when a team on the second night of a back-to-back comes in here and beats the Grizzlies. Like, it's not, and vice versa. Like, I've seen them do it. It's not, I don't think that's as much of a thing as people make it out to be. I'm going to go Pistons. These NBA Cup games have been competitive. I told you about the Cup.
You did.
The level of competition goes up a notch during the Cup, and that continues tonight.
You keep saying it. I'm going to trust you. Bennett says take the Pistons plus the 6.5. Tips at 7 o'clock. You can watch it on League Pass.
What are we watching on TV?
Can I interest you in Investigation Alien?
No. Not at all.
You don't want to investigate aliens?
I just, there's 5,000 shows with that exact same name or some variation of it.
It's the top 5.
Why is this one going to be any different?
Top 5. Okay. Good question.
Yeah.
First off, it's top 5 in television shows on Netflix right now.
Of course it is.
Okay.
Because idiots watch stuff on Netflix.
Bennett.
I'm just saying.
Bennett.
No, I love Netflix, but I'm saying, like, you can tell, like, when you see, like, what's most popular on Netflix, there's some good stuff, but there's also stuff that's like, oh, wow, we got a lot of idiots watching.
I don't want you to get too comfortable. Just running around every day calling people idiots.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I know we don't set the best example in our country. A lot of terrible rhetoric.
I got it.
I don't know that you should be just running around calling people idiots all the time. I don't know if that's what you want to teach your children.
I feel like the same people that are watching Investigation Aliens are like the same people that watch, like, Chicago Fire.
Do you ever wonder, like, who watches those shows?
Who watches this stuff?
Like, who on earth could you text right now and be like, so what's going on with Chicago Fire?
Yeah.
And they'd be like, oh, well, Mickey, Mickey just lost his job, and him and Diana are going through a divorce or whatever, however it works. Like, who knows anything about these shows?
So I think that's the whole point is no one knows. Like, so my parents do. My parents, I don't know if they watch that one, but they watch shows like that. But the thing is they're not, like, dialed in every week to,
There's a formula to it.
It is.
And
I can watch any episode and pick up what's going on, and I don't have to know anything about the show at all.
Except I can't do it.
Hell no.
I can't do it. My wife does it all the time. My wife will watch anything that's on TV, and you'll ask her, like, what is this? She won't know. She'll say, I don't know. And you'll hit the thing. It'll be like, episode 8, season 3.
Right.
And I'm like, so you already knocked out the first 2 seasons? She's like, no, it just came on. And you're just sitting here watching a show.
Like, that gives me anxiety.
I can't do it.
No.
I can't do it. She doesn't care. She just watch anything.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
No, like, I get mad at Kara. Like, I'm like she'll have something on the TV and it's like the 4th or 5th episode. And I'm like, I haven't seen the first 3 episodes.
Yeah, if you want me to sit here with you, you got to do something about this.
Right.
I can't sit here.
Can I
like
get
this.
a recap on the screen or something?
Yeah, like you got to tell me something. I can't just sit here and act like I care about this thing that I don't know anything about.
Right.
So, but I think those big network shows that, like, your parents watch, I think they're written a certain way.
Yeah.
Where you don't have to see every scene of every show.
You jump in whenever you want.
Yeah, and there's there's a cop and he's still trying to catch bad people.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
guess that's the trick. Anyway, you don't want to investigate some aliens?
I don't, but you could tell me about it.
Renowned investigative journalist George Knapp.
Okay, how renowned is he? I've
Pretty
never heard
renowned?
of him. Never heard of
Pretty
him.
renowned.
Okay.
Pretty renowned. You don't have, well, how many investigative journalists do you know? Name all your investigative journalists. Woodward.
I don't know that many.
Okay.
I don't know that
So you
many.
wouldn't know George
Okay,
Knapp. You might not. You ain't the type of person that would know George Knapp anyway.
Point taken.
Renowned investigative journalist George Knapp reveals the findings of his 30-year quest investigating UFOs and brings forward never-before-seen evidence.
Okay.
This is never-before-seen evidence.
Yeah.
This is not evidence people have seen before, but it's on Netflix right now, and you're acting like whatever. Do you believe aliens are among us?
Listen.
Who do you think's an alien?
When NBC News or whatever news channel you consume puts up like a video and is like, we have illegal alien spotting, there's a UFO. What did I say? Illegal alien? That's a different news channel.
That's a different thing.
Channel.
I know what you watch.
That's a different news channel.
I know what you're on.
There's a UFO. Then I'll be like,
this whole time you think I'm talking about investigating Mexico. This whole time you think I'm trying to get you to watch a Netflix show about investigating Mexico.
I've been watching too much news. I really have. I'm glad this is all over with, at least for now.
That old Jesse Waters has poisoned your brain. I don't know anybody else. Sean Hannity has poisoned your brain.
I don't watch
I'm trying
that.
to talk to you about George Knapp, and you're worried about Mexico.
When one of the news stations puts a UFO on the screen and say, the aliens have invaded, that's when I'll say, oh, whoa, okay.
I'm with you. I don't buy it, man. You got to show it to me.
Yeah,
you got to show it to me.
I don't buy it.
We got 1 billion people running around with iPhones. Can't nobody get an alien on? Can't nobody get one video of an alien?
Right.
I got 1,000 gang hits.
Yeah.
I watch gang hits every day.
In HD.
In HD 1080,
yeah,
buddy.
So
I seen get brains blown out.
Yeah. Like, I want to see, like, the alien driving the UFO.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see through the glass.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. You know,
through the windshield, whatever they do, however they see through.
You know they probably got tinted windows.
Probably.
You know. I bet you aliens got tinted windows.
You would think.
I would think so. And probably a
the
good...
sun's bright when you're going.
You would think so. Yeah. And probably a good sound system. I bet they got a good sound system. I bet you they got a good... Yeah. I'm with you. I'll believe it when I see it, man.
Yeah.
1 billion people. Everybody got phones. We can't catch one alien on an iPhone. Show me one video of an alien on an iPhone.
Come on.
All right? You do that, and then we'll start talking George Knapp.
Yeah.
Till then, I'm going to remain a skeptic. But if you want to see George Knapp investigate some aliens, Investigation Alien is on Netflix. You can watch it right now.
What's the best thing we've read?
I stayed up late last night. Wrote a column about Mark Pope at Kentucky getting his first big win 9 days into the season. First big win as coach of his alma mater. Helped him as a player win a national championship in 1996. In 2024, he's hired to be the head coach replacing John Calipari. Beat Duke last night. Fun moment for that fan base, for that university, for Mark Pope. You can read it, cbssports.com.
What's on tap for tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow's Thursday, so we'll be looking back at Grizz Lakers, getting ready for Thursday night football. Mike Wallace will join me.
Yep. It's either going to be in LA or San Francisco. I'm not sure yet.
Either one. You can connect.
Yep.
You can connect Zoom in either one of those places.
Yep.
So Mike Wallace will be here in the second segment. Looking forward to it already. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll enjoy mine. Meet back here tomorrow at 10. Till then, be careful, be kind, be good. Rep your hood.